What's up, y'all? Y'all know what it is. Cappin with Kev Mac. Um, and we are almost there, y'all. So if this video doesn't get it, I'm almost certain the next video will get us there. So as I said the other night, as I said, Thursday night. No, that was Wednesday night. My bad. So no, that was Thursday night. Man, I'm tripping. Man, I'm getting my days mixed up and shit. How could you trust me on some sports and I don't even know what day it is? But anyway, last time I went live on this channel, I told you guys that more than likely by Monday we will be on. So we still on pace for that. What up, Tony Moore? Hamburger. What up, Hamburger? Michael Hawkins, what up with it? So yeah, we almost there, man. This channel will be monetized pretty soon. So the plan is to spend more time over here than over there. You know what I'm saying? And whatever stories or profiles I got, they'll be short, but they'll be on this channel so I could put work in on this channel because I enjoy talking sports more than I enjoy talking gangs. Violence on the court or on the field is much better than violence in the city and prison and jail. To me, you know, I'm really far beyond that, but it just happens to be a subject in which I know very well because I lived it for so long. And yeah, I met a lot of people during my days in the streets and my days after the streets. So I'm pretty well rehearsed on that type of stuff. But I've been watching sports, specifically baseball, for a very long time. I love my sports, and I want to get back into it and really go over. Since I've been over my past a lot in the streets, I wanna dig up a lot of my past in sports, my memories. You know, pictures that I took not just in the streets, but I took pictures at stadiums as well. So get off into some of that stuff, y'all. I think I have a lot of material. We put in about 8 years on the Black Channel. I think I got about 8 years of sports in me too. Then we have to go into something else. Maybe I'll start breeding dogs or bringing in stray dogs like OGQs or something. Would you ever consider going on an HBCU speaking tour to lecture students on LA gang history? Of course. I've never done colleges, but I've already done schools throughout Louisiana and schools in California, Jackie Robinson's places. And yeah, man, man, it's so easy to talk about gang shit. It's easy, it's simple. And it was pretty good money too. It was good money because they pay for your food, your room and board, you know, the gas and, you know, all that stuff. It's totally free. And then the money is usually the money's under the table. So I enjoyed it when I was doing it way back when, you know what I mean? But as far as these sports, I wanted to talk about Joel Embiid. If you've been watching me for at least 2 years or a year and a half, you know I've been saying Embiid is very fragile. We talk about AD. We dog AD out. Anthony Davis. We dog him out as Laker fans. We dog him out as NBA fans. But we seem to give Embiid a pass. Embiid is a natural, big, fragile, overpaid. As bad as I want to call him a bum, I'm not going to call him a bum because if I call him a bum, people going to be saying, they're going to be taking, they're going to be saying, well, what do? You sitting around talking about him. So, but yeah, Embiid is overpaid. He's hurt again. And man, he don't deserve the type of money he get, man. And I actually had always thought he was out of shape, but sometimes it's hard to tell when dealing with these big dudes because big dudes sometimes are built kind of girlyish and they're clumsy. They're often clumsy. But now I don't think nobody will argue on the behalf of Embiid. Now I think it's pretty much obvious to the basketball world that this dude just cannot stay healthy and he's robbing the 76ers, which leads me to some of y'all's boy, PG-13, bump 13. I told y'all before he came to the Clippers. I told y'all when he was with the Clippers, and I told y'all when he was going to the Sixers. That dude, he's not that good, man. He's overrated. He was a great player when he broke his leg with the Pacers. After that, man, that dude been robbing the league too without a gun. That dude, Paul George, man, he's so overrated. It's a shame. And the reason why I say it's a shame, because Paul George actually had a lot of fans. A lot of people believed in Paul George. Clipper fans thought he was the answer with Kawhi Leonard to the championship with the Clippers. And now I hope there's nobody that's still going to try to argue or debate me up against Paul George. So them two dudes end up on the same franchise. Drum roll, DJ, drum roll. Who's the coach? Who's the coach of the Sixers? Drum roll, trash. Rockhead coach Paul George. He was good back then, though. Like I said, when he broke his leg with the Pacers, everything changed. He had never been the same again. But I loved him when he was with the Pacers, man. He was balling. But when he came back with the Pacers, like, dude wasn't getting it for me. And so I got off his bandwagon early, real early. I don't too much care for Cat Williams. I mean, not Cat Williams, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Karl Anthony Towns, man. Pete Maravich was always hurt. I remember Tony Dorsett ending his career in Denver after an injury. I used to love Dorsett when he was with the Pittsburgh Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. Nice. Nick Nurse is Sixers coach. You know I can't remember who coaches who. But yeah, Nick Nurse. You know, I was thinking about Doc Rivers. You know, Doc's another bum coach. Super bum coach. Yeah, Dorsett was cold, man. He was cold. And a lot of the Cowboys was, though. You know what makes me mad about today's Cowboy fans? You claim to be a fan of this great organization, right? Yeah, Doc Rivers is trash. If you're a fan of the Cowboys, you should take time to learn about your franchise, your organization, because they put some champions on the field back in the day, before your time or when you was a little kid. And they had a lot of great players. A lot of great players came through the Dallas Cowboys. So it's a shame to me for anybody claiming to be a Cowboy fan and don't know the history of those players and teams that the Cowboys had back in the day. Yeah, the Bucks. But today's Cowboy fans don't remember the dark days. Goofball heads like me remember. Absolutely, Cowboy. That's what I'm talking about, homie. Let's keep going. Everson Walls, Ed Too Tall Jones, Harvey Martin, Charlie Waters, Benny Barnes. Come on, man. Danny White, Roger Staubach, Drew Pearson, Preston Pearson, Robert Newhouse. Come on, man. I'm just spitting those out the top of my tongue, homie. They don't know these dudes, man. That's crazy they don't know these dudes. How do I pay a couple bucks to become a member, bro? My Cash App still tripping. Click on that $sign right there, man. Click on that $sign and just subscribe. Do the monthly fee. Do the lowest fee. Click on that. Or super chat. Just super chat. If your Cash App don't work, just super chat. If you can't super chat or Cash App, then I think you full of shit. Think you full of shit, cuz. What's up, Jerry Allen? What's up, homeboy? Doc Rivers was not a good player either. He was trash on the Hawks, Clippers, and wow, he hit him with all three teams. Quincy Carter, the black quarterback, man. Marion Barber, Felix Jones. Man, there's some more brothers on them Cowboys. It was another white dude, Charlie Waters, but it was another white dude. His name slips my mind right now. Number 43 and number 41 on the Dallas Cowboys. And Benny Barnes was hard, man. He hit hard back in the day. Everson Walls was interception shit. Everson Walls was nice. And then, like, I hate when you tell a new Cowboy fan, like, Preston Pearson? They be like, you mean Drew Pearson? Nah, motherfucker, I said Preston Pearson. Like, nigga, you niggas don't know shit. And then they say, Danny White was a punter and a quarterback. No shit, dummy. Tell me about some other players on your squad. Super chat work, Brody. All right, good looking out, Cowboy. Cowboy twos and fews beat a bunch of ones and nuns, no doubt about it. Robert Newhouse, number 44, man. How I know this shit? Why Californians like the Cowboys? Probably because a lot of people's parents or grandparents came from Texas. Probably. Also, for the reasons that I stated, the Cowboys had some good players back in the day, man. So when we growing up, especially the guys 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8 years older than me, they were old enough to see these guys play. These guys had some good players. Where actually, Rob Moses, all the good teams were on TV when we was young. So it wasn't just the Cowboys. Think about people in LA, what teams they cheer for. Remember the Orange Crush. Remember the Denver Broncos, the Steel Curtain. Remember Pittsburgh Steelers, Dallas Cowboys. Who am I missing? Oakland Raiders. Them four was always on TV. If you want to keep it 100, them four was on TV. Just keep it 100. I remember wide receiver got in trouble, 2 lines on his head. Oh yeah, how could I forget Hollywood Henderson, man, your linebacker. Man, the Orange Crush was the shit though, man. They played defense back then, man. They didn't have all these punk rules on quarterbacks back then. Then, like, if you was a Ram fan, you will remember teams like the Minnesota Vikings back then. My mom was a total bandwagon Steeler fan. I remember Terry Bradshaw and Lynn Swan clearly. Stallworth, AC, what was his name? Damn, can't think of that lineman name. But of course they had Rocky Blyer, Franco Harris. Who else they had on that squad? L.C. Greenwood. That's what I'm thinking of. L.C. Greenwood. Yeah, Rob, you fast, man. You fast. Dolphins mid-70s, and yes, Vikings. Oh yeah, the Dolphins too. Dolphins, you right. Um, yeah, because you had Larry Zonka, right? You had the Clayton and Duper. Damn, that's a good question, Tony Moore. Yeah, Donnie Shell. Wait, Tony Moore. Damn, I forgot Amar Rashad's slave name. But yeah, Mel Blunt. But you are still a fan, man. I expect you to know them dudes. My man had to throw them Cardinals up in there. I'm going to address some of them St. Louis Cardinal players back in the day, man. I can't wait to get this channel going. But I have to remind myself, it's not just about the channel being monetized. I have to get up off my ass and get up in the mornings and put the work in. If I don't put the work in, then shit, channel ain't gonna be no good being monetized. But yeah, I'm gonna get there. I don't remember Dwight White. Of course, I remember Mean Joe. You said Mel Blunt, huh? Yeah, Mel Blunt. Ernie Holmes, I remember the name, but I don't remember the player. Yeah, Bob Greasy, of course. And then Bob Greasy got up in the stands. Bob Greasy used to call the Michigan games, Michigan Wolverine games. Otis Sistrunk, Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes? Man, you talking about a singer, fool. Isaac Hayes played on the Steelers, nigga. Hey, the original ball heads. Kev, was Sweetness a better running back than Barry Sanders? For our time, Sweetness was great during his time. Barry Sanders was great during his time. Barry Sanders had a different style than all the others. Uh, but I love Sweetness, man. Sweetness was hard on me. Sweetness was a bad dude. See, I used to watch Sweetness back when he said, "Just practice, you on now." Yeah, 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 yeah. Good looking out, man. Good looking out. I don't need no practice. I need work ethic. Should practice. Practice is just getting on every day. Is practice. But no, I need the work ethic to get these videos out, to get these stories out, to go digging through all my junk to find pictures. You know what I mean? But the good thing about this, I don't have to be careful with how I describe a player or a team, you know what I mean, or my memories, right? I won't have no niggas from the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys and the Rams calling me like, "Hey, cuz, you know that was disrespectful, cuz. You disrespect the set, cuz. Cuz, you trying to start a war with us and them, you know. You feel me? I don't have to worry about that shit no more. You niggas stay out my damn inbox, nigga. Stay out my telephone number. Don't call my homies from my hood asking how can they talk to me. Yeah, nigga. I'm on sports shit now, nigga. Real spill. Sports is the outlet from reality. Jack Lambert, of course. Jack Lambert, number 58. Was Jack Lambert number 58? OJ killed the Steelers early 70s, but when they got it together, they gave it to Earl the Pearl. Star my skull brother out, homeboy. Yep, number 58. That's amazing how my memory is like the worst, and it's amazing how I can remember names and numbers and team. Yep, Ham, number 59. I couldn't think of Ham's name though. When I was saying Lambert, I was trying to think. Ham, 59, Ham. Couldn't get the name together, man. But of course I know Ham. Jack Ham, right? Y'all don't remember Hacksaw Reynolds though, number 64 on what team? Rob Moses, what team was Hacksaw Reynolds on, homie? And how did he get his name? Yeah, 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 yeah. So, I hate that lately we keep going down to LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, but I gotta say this. Who played with more Hall of Famers? Kobe Bryant or LeBron James? Deacon Jones, Lamar Lundy, Melvin Olsen, Merlin Olsen, Rosie Greer. Tell you, I met Rosie Greer, man. I wish we would have took a picture together. Jack Lambert will knock you into tomorrow, huh? Absolutely, Eric. If we start talking about future Hall of Famers, because Kobe already retired and dead, absolutely LeBron, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. They all hot. Kobe stayed with one squad. I'm a cash app like always, just seeing if you got the hours in. No, I don't yet though. I don't. Because we've been able to super chat since 3,000 hours. But they moved the goalpost to 4,000. We almost at 4,000. So like I had explained a week or two ago, monetization is when you get the commercials. Once you start seeing commercials, you know we made it. So I believe after this video is done in its entirety, along with the next video, we should be there. We should be able to celebrate between this video and after the next video. So, like I said, like I predicted, by Monday we should be good. Where was the Miami Marlins before Miami? Damn, that's a good question because I don't remember. And I was around, I was on deck. I think I just got out of prison or I was in prison. And the Miami Marlins went to the World Series, I believe. I don't remember. That's a good question. I don't remember. Yeah, I remember Fred Dryer. Absolutely, I remember Fred Dryer. Let me see if I could remember his number, though. Fred Dryer. I don't remember his number. Fred Dryer, was it 69 or 79, 64? No, I'm thinking of Hacksaw Reynolds. I don't remember Fred Dryer's number. 79? I don't remember his number. But I remember, of course, I remember Fred Dryer. Man, you remember his height and his weight, huh? Shit, Jack Lambert seemed like man, he was hard. Jack Lambert was tight. Linebacker. The Marlins were an expansion team. That's what I thought. The Marlins, and they came in with who? The Colorado Rockies. I thought the Marlins and the Rockies were expansion teams. Number 40 something. I don't think Fred wore no 40 anything. I don't think Fred wore no 40 nothing, man. What number was Fred Dryer on the LA Rams?
Fred Dryer was wearing number 89 with the Los Angeles Rams. This answer is from Getty Images.
I figured it was a 69 or a 79. It was 89. He had a wide receiver or a tight end number. Kev, remember when Jerome Bettis played for the Cowboys? It was a terrible era. I absolutely don't remember that. You got me there. I remember the Rams and the Steelers. I don't remember the Cowboys. The Marlins were called the Florida Marlins at first. I'm so dumb. Yeah, I know that. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Fucking Florida Marlins. Why they got a fucking F on their hat? The Florida Marlins. God damn, I'm dumb. I didn't understand the assignment. That ended up being Ron Brown's number. Oh, yeah, you remember Ron Brown? Who had the first 00 number? I don't know. Galarraga is one of the most slept, absolutely. But see, that's a good yeah, Gary Sheffield played on the Marlins. Where did Gary Sheffield come from originally, though? Milwaukee Brewers. What position did Sheffield play before he played outfield in the major leagues? Galarraga, now, here's the thing about him, right? Could he hit like that if he didn't play in Colorado? He was a beast in Colorado. He was a monster in Colorado. But could he hit like that if he played for, let's say, the LA Dodgers all those years? Jim Otto wore 00. I said the Knicks was the most dysfunctional organization, but I have to give it to the Marlins. You don't like the Marlins organizations? They build great players, man. The Marlins build some great players. Unfortunately, small market teams can't keep those players. Well, Sheffield admitted to steroids. He said Barry Bonds gave him steroids, but he didn't know they were steroids. They gave him rubbing cream. So he would rub this cream inside his thighs or whatever. I don't know, man. A lot of them dudes are lying and shit. But Sheffield was a pure hitter before the steroid era. Sheffield hit for average before the steroid era. Sheffield was very consistent before steroids. Raiders, Chiefs, Steelers had the most. I'm gonna tell you what hurt Gary Sheffield. You could do the research if you want. Gary Sheffield was very Afrocentric. So the Milwaukee franchise got tired of him pushing this pro-black agenda. He goes to Florida. Florida gets tired of him. Florida gets rid of all the Negroes. They get rid of all the American blacks. Charles Johnson, Ketcher, Sheffield, a few others. They ship them off to the LA Dodgers when Fox bought the Dodgers. Sheffield is doing his thing in LA. Sheffield's putting up numbers better than the Dodgers' great white hopes, Eric Karras. Sheffield says he wants a contract so he can retire with the Dodgers because the Dodgers don't retire black players. Of course, Jackie Robinson. So the Dodger franchise had an issue with that. Like, hell no, you ain't retiring no Dodger. Get your ass up out of LA. So being black, being pro-black really hurt Gary Sheffield. And I'll tell you about another pro-black guy that didn't let his stance get in the way of Major League Baseball. He played for the LA Dodgers and the Colorado Rockies. He became a coach. And man, my memory's doing good today, man. Must be that good coochie I just had. Got to be the good coochie. Coochie must have memory sauce on it or something. But his son ended up playing Major League Baseball too for the Colorado Rockies and probably others, maybe Texas Rangers. But his name is Eric Young. They called him EY. EY was a pro-black player, man. He was he didn't hit for power. And his real problem was he tried to hit for power instead of hit the ball on the ground. He would have had a much better career. But Eric Young, man. So I got an Eric Young story for y'all pretty soon. Well, you know EY, Nikki Lee? Yeah, Chef was a great player, man. Chef was. Reggie Jackson was about it too. He from Philly. Man, I got to meet EY, homie. I'm going to tell that story eventually. So y'all got to put a foot in my ass, man. You had that memory money. Oh, Shaniqua in the building. What up, Shay Shay? What up, cuz? What up, homie? What's the deal? What that Bay Area like? Yes, sir. He figured it out and allowed his son to come through, too. Damn, I want to see it. I saw Dave Winfield in person. Dave Winfield was a big dude. Of course, I seen him in person too, but on the field, not off the field. Yeah, Dave Winfield was big. Dave Parker was big. Dave Winfield was a beast with Pittsburgh. Did he play for the Padres too? And the Yankees? I'm not sure EY is still coaching. You could Google it. I don't see why they would get rid of EY though, because he was a base stealer. And he could hit the ball. I don't know if his son is still in the league either. But you could probably Google it and let me know while we on live. Blackout 28 was a success. Is that right? Padres and Yankees. Okay, thanks. Kev Ryan Braun. He used steroids. Evan Longoria, David Wright, and Joe Mauer was a beast with the Twins. That's a list of names I would like to hear you cover. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me write it down. Let me write it down, man. Let me write that down, homie. Ryan Braun. Oh, man. Y'all messing up my screen with that. Longoria. I won't have a lot of good to say about Longoria. But he was good for me, though. David Wright. I probably don't have nothing to say about David Wright, maybe. Joe Mauer was a great lefty, man. I would definitely speak highly of him. There's other players, too, though, man. Some good players. Yeah, I remember Cecil Fielder. Winfield was with the Yankees before the Cavs. The Cavs? Winfield played for the Cavs? I guess it's baseball season since it's March 1st. Kirby Puckett, yeah, Kirby was not, man, Kirby was bad. He looked like a little short, fat motherfucker, didn't he? That motherfucker was bad. You want me to cover Kirby Puckett? Minnesota Twins. EY is the current third base coach for the Angels. Damn. Why he go to the Angels? I'm telling y'all, do me a favor, Jerry, while you Googling shit. Google the Dodgers' current third base coach. He's a fucking bum. He will run the Dodgers up out of first place if they keep him at third base. That dude got to go. I'm calling for his head. I'm calling for the Dodgers third base coach's head right now. And I'm going to build up a campaign. That dude got to go. He's an absolute horrible bum. Cowboys said Cubs. Maury Wills in LA a lot. All right. Kev, what was the big brother's name on the Indians? He was mean. Oh, man, it's a couple of them. Albert Bell. You're talking about Albert Bell, right? Let me know if it's not Albert Bell. Oh, E. Bell is a bum. He got to go. Man, they telling me EY is coaching for all different teams. So I don't know which one of y'all got the right info, man. Yeah, let's ride him out of LA. He's horrible, man. Yeah, Albert Bell. Albert Bell was a beast too, though, man. Albert Bell was hard. We got the fool from the Angels. Now, why would we do that? Man, the Dodgers better not start off slow this year, homie. They got too many good players to start off slow this year, man. But I told y'all last year that the Japanese player was gonna come through. He started off slow. I'm like, watch, he gonna come through. Because he's too good of a player. A great baseball player is gonna be a great baseball player, period. Don't matter how slow it is. It's the law of averages. If you hit for power, you're gonna get your home runs. If you hit for average, you're gonna get your base hits. Brock and that whole St. Louis team, I love Lou Brock, homie. What you know about Josh Gibson and Bob Gibson, KP? Oh, EY Jr. is a first base coach now. Wow. Man, they say that same shit about the Mets every year, but I'm gonna tell you right now. Nah, Nikki, you making a mistake, Nikki, but it's cool. EY Jr. is the son. EY is the dad. So I don't think you said the son, or did you, Nikki? That's according to Google. Yeah, so you put first base coach EY. Jerry Allen said that's the son. The son is the coach. So Junior. EY and EY Jr., two different people, father and son. So I didn't know the son retired and still. Yeah, you didn't say son, right? Absolutely. It's all good. It's all good. But that's still good information because I didn't know his son was a coach now. Bob Gibson, the most feared pitcher ever. That's what I'm talking about, Tony Moore. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I'm hyped, but something's telling me I'm going to be lazy. Something's telling me I'm not going to jump off the porch and start putting videos up. But I have to. I've been wanting to get this channel going and been wanting to talk baseball. I'll be a fool if I don't. I hope I'm not a fool. Derek Lewis, you will get great ads though. But for real, they first games in Tokyo, they ain't losing. Just a matter of how many runs they winning by. I like that career. I like that. Me either. I thought the song was still playing. So here go my thing about the Dodger third base coach, right? So I'm watching the Dodger game against the Cubs. Of course, this is after they already lost to the Cubs. And I'm watching. And there was an inning where the Dodgers had the bases loaded with no outs. The Dodgers ended up leaving at least 15 people on base that game. At least 15 that game. And I believe it was only like the sixth or seventh inning at that time. But anyway, so the Dodgers had the bases loaded. I don't remember the player who came up right now, and that I could look up the game though. So this fool comes up and hits a fly ball to right field, short right field, by the way, short right field. In my old age and my weak arm, I could throw a player out from right there to home, but the guy misses the ball. The ball bounces in front of him. For those that don't know baseball, I'm going to explain it to you. For those that know baseball, I'm going to remind you. This is taught in Little League. You go halfway to the plate. On a fly ball to the outfield, you go halfway to the plate. I mean, if it's shallow, halfway. If he drops the ball, you walk home. If he's going to catch the ball, you're not going home anyway because it's an easy throw to the plate. So you go halfway in case he drops the ball. Fool doesn't catch the ball. He throws the runner out at home plate. Everything I'm telling you is in the same inning. This is in one inning, bases loaded, no outs. So now it's an out. Now the fool hits a fly ball deep to the outfield. This motherfucker ran halfway to the plate. He ran halfway to the plate. Now he got to run back to third base to tag up. Just blew 2 runs. We just blew 2 runs, homie. We blew 2 runs. They didn't even score in the inning. They got no runs out the inning. Hell yeah. I couldn't wait to see what name was on the back. But I'm like, I don't know who that fool is, man. This is horrible. So anyway, they made more mistakes like that. So this other inning, they had, or it could be the same inning and I said it backwards, but so this fool gets a hit. The bases loaded. I think Mookie, no, it wasn't Mookie Betts. But the fool gets a hit on the Dodgers with the bases loaded. And dude is running, he's running home. So dude rounds third base, and dude that got the hit is rounding second base. So the dude on third base runs, he fakes like he's running home. So the guy who got the hit is now going to third because he didn't fake the hitter out. The hitter thinks he's going home, so the hitter rounds second base. They didn't score. Dude ended up going back to third base. So dude that got the hit goes to third base. Out, 3 outs. They don't score. I'm like, this is ridiculous, man. You cannot make that many mistakes in one game. You got to go. Yes, it's spring training, but these guys are professionals. This is a professional baseball team in a professional baseball league. Spring training or not, you should have learned this in Little League Baseball. You should have learned this in high school. You should have learned this in the minor leagues. You're here trying to make the team now. It's sad, man. That dude got to go. Doc Ellis was the Dennis Rodman of baseball. I remember Doc Ellis. What team was he on? Montreal Expos? What team was Doc Ellis on? Houston Astros? I can't remember what team Doc was on. Kev, you know what would be cool? A profile on Jackie Robinson's wife, Rachel, who's still living at 102. She grew up in L.A. and went to Manual Arts. I think she grew up by USC, right? She grew up in the fruit towns, I think. Yeah, that would be. She was looking good, man. About 30 years ago, she was still looking good too, man. Jackie found him a winner. Pittsburgh and Oakland. Oh yeah, Pittsburgh and Oakland. That's it. He didn't play for nobody else. Pittsburgh has some good players, man. Hey, you got a good memory, Tony Moore. You remember? You remember Compton in L.A. What about Ellis Valentine? Y'all remember Ellis Valentine? I never met the dude, but guess what? He was first cousins to my sister's husband. What's the greatest baseball I ever seen? Baseball game I ever seen? I don't know. Y'all don't know Ellis Valentine, man? You ever thought of giving your commentary over basketball highlights or sports? I actually did. I actually downloaded some video of Juju, USC girls basketball. And I was going to do commentary over it, and then I decided not to. So I never did it, but I probably won't. I probably won't. If anything, oh, you said highlights. Yeah, I mean, I could put some highlights together and do it, but that's basically when I profile a player, I'm gonna be doing highlights, talking about them. But actual voiceovers, I don't know. I've considered it. Who was that? The Pittsburgh Steelers? Dave Parker. Kev, you going to a Dodger game? I don't think I'm gonna make it to LA this year, bro. I'm broke, man. My car don't work. Uh, I don't know. It depends if I could come out the hole before the end of the season. But I have no plans on going to LA, man. The original plan was go to Baltimore, DC, and New York. So at this point, I may make it to the Bronx, New York, um, in the middle of the summer, sometime in the summer. I usually go to Houston every year around 4th of July. So I still want to make that. So those are higher on the list than me going to LA, even for a Dodger game. I could catch a Dodger game in New York or in Houston if I look at the calendar right, you know? So no, I don't know, man. But having a car that don't work is just pathetic, man. It's pitiful. And if I had credit cards to where I could rent a car, I would, but that don't look possible this year. So remember, I said this is a throwaway year for me. This whole 2025 is just a year basically that I'm not really trying to get anything done or accomplish much because that's how far in the hole I am. So yeah, I haven't thought about going to Seattle, but that September and then baseball. I mean, football season. No, I don't. I don't fuck with baseball during football season. I watch the postseason, September, October, but I really don't travel. I've been like this all my life. I really don't travel during football season. Vegas is really the only place I go during football season. Doc Ellis, born in LA, graduated from Gardena High School. Bat, ambidextrous, and pitched. By the way, Kev, the book Cali League got a lot of pictures. Dr. Crip Nut from 90s. He want to help anybody in need of help with a book movie. Keep up the good work, brother. Oh, it sounds good, man. I work overnight slaving now. Keep your head up, kid. Oh, I ain't tripping, man. It is what it is. It's gonna come and it's gonna go, or it ain't gonna come at all. Rangers, Mets, Expos, and what you talking about, Nikki Lee? What you talking about, Nikki Lee? Ellis Valentine graduated from Crenshaw High School. He is remembered for having one of the all-time greatest throwing arms. That's a plateau where you can't throw the ball any harder. Yep, Montreal Expos. Yep. This nigga still living? He live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This nigga still living. And he got little cousins in Houston. Man, they tripping, man. I guess I could still meet him, huh? Nigga, we went to the same high school, nigga. Your cousin married my sister. All y'all in Texas. And I ain't met him yet. Cal Ripken Jr. had the ugliest swing I ever saw. Who had the sweetest swing you ever saw? And let me tell you, Bo Jackson had a hell of a swing, but I'll give you some sweet swings. Joe Mauer, Rod Carew, Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, Tony Gwynn, Pete Rose. Oh, Andrew McCutchen, hell yeah, he a Hall of Fame. Andrew McCutchen, Joe Carter had a hell of a swing. You're right. Joe Carter had a hell of a swing. Absolutely. Gary Sheffield had a hell of a swing too. But them left-hander swings are better than right-hand swings. Reggie Jackson was called. Reggie Jackson couldn't hit a boat, how it go? He couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat some years. Reggie was swinging so hard, sometimes he wouldn't come close to hitting the ball. Cappin with Kev Mac. Oh, ever know a good ball player that never made it because they chose game banging or drug? Absolutely, man. You want me to do something on that, or are you asking me a question? Keita Rock from 60s. Big Cal from 60s. Rob Vaughn from 60s. Darryl Strawberry's brother Ronnie from 60s. Shit, could you make a video about that? I could. I actually could. It'll take some research though to be able to put it together. But yeah. Let me write it down just in case. I won't do it right away though. What's the link between baseball players and Dominican Republicans? You mean the Dominican Republic? Here's the link. The link is they love baseball over there, right? And they want to make it up out the ghetto, out of a third world country. They want to make it out of poverty. So the Dodgers wanted to find some players that they could invest in, some players that they could pay less money to. So the Dodgers went over to the Dominican Republic and dropped off bats and gloves and baseballs because they were so poor over there. They used to play with sticks and they used to play with their bare hands. And so, yeah, Andre Dawson was cool. And so when the Dodgers went over there, they ended up, having relationships with them dudes and trying to get them to play ball and come over to America. Now it's a normal practice in America now. But yeah, so that's how the Dodgers was able to get players like Adrian Beltre and stuff like that. Well, because they don't want to play the black players in America. But you could go get some kids out of third world country. You could give a mom and daddy $1,500, and they'll let you take the kid to America. Let you take the kid away from wherever they live at and go put them somewhere else so they can concentrate on baseball. Many young Dodger players have been developed in the Dominican Republic, including Steve Garvey, Steve Yeager, and Rick Roten. How the Dodgers developed players in the Dominican Republic? In the 1970s, the Dodgers developed many young players in the Dominican Republic doing winter baseball. Tom, Jerry Royster, Doug Van Joshua, Charlie Huff, Steve Yeager, and Steve Garvey were among the players developed over there. It don't tell me a whole lot of what I was looking for. How do so many players come from the Dominican Republic? Every single one of them teams in the Major League Baseball has a baseball academy in the Dominican Republic, with 4 out of every 10 Dominicans living in poverty. Baseball has become a small beacon of hope for many Dominican families. That's the story of Albert Pujols. Left his country and came to play baseball. I love my life. What up, homie? We got a few people up in here tonight. Shotty Mac, we popping. You're right. Yaz's grandson played for the San Francisco Giants. Pujols one of the all-time greats to me. If he didn't have those foot injuries, I think he would go down as the best baseball player ever, up until now. I feel Afro-Cubans are that for fighting. Oh, yeah. Yaz definitely had the largest bat I ever seen growing up. Yeah, Yaz had a cool left-hand stick, but you had Jim Rice. Fred Lynn was better than all of them to me because Fred Lynn hit for average. Fred Lynn had speed for a person of his color, played center field, left-hand bat too, like Yaz. Uh, that whole Boston Red Sox team back then was good. I don't know if it was any team better than teams like the Pirates or the Red Machine. They had some good. They had some good teams. The Red Machine had some really good players. Carlton Fisk was the back catcher. He was good. He was a right-hander. Here's one, Kev. You could do a story of the old players, particularly the Negro League players playing in Mexico during the offseason. I'm gonna touch on the Negro Leagues. It'd probably be part of my Ted Williams story or Joe DiMaggio. Big Papi got shot in the Dominican. They rushed him to Miami, chasing him 304s. My uncle keep all those baseball stats in her head. I don't know how. I used to, but I can't no more. Shit. You feel the MLB lost viewers when they stopped getting Black American players? A little bit, yeah. I think when it comes to baseball, I think it's more than just one problem. Let me explain to you. Joe Morgan, second base, left-hander, Hall of Famer, Cincinnati Reds. Let me see. They had Dave Concepcion as shortstop, right? Or was he a third? Geronimo, George Foster, Johnny Bench, Perez, David Perez, Ken Griffey Sr., right? So let me go back to the question. Roy Campanella got an entire Pyro gang now. You almost gonna hit the watch hours. Kev, where should the barrel of the bat be when a person swings? That's a great question. What do you mean? Where the label should be at, or should it be like belt high or low? Right? It all depends where the ball is at. Big Red Machine was nice. Big Poppy got shot. Man, what was the question? Oh, so did the MLB lose viewers when they stopped getting Black American players? Yes, they did. But let me tell you a few things that happened. So you have the baseball strikes. That always ruins baseball viewership. Uh, and then you got all these expansion teams. So what happened is when you put all these expansion teams in Major League Baseball, it watered down the pitching. So the pitching became weaker, and they started changing the mound, the distance of the mound, the height of the mound, and stuff like that. Especially after the steroid era. So um, those are some of the big problems with baseball and why baseball isn't so popular anymore. Then the money became a big issue in baseball, shelling out money to keep the good players. So they're making it uneven to where, like in football and basketball, they kind of try to balance it out, So the word slips my mind. Not parity. Is it parity? Where you're trying to make everybody equal, make the playing field equal for the different teams? Well, in baseball, you have the big market teams are going to be able to get all the good players. Even if a small market team, let's say the Kansas City Royals, Florida Marlins, Tampa Bay Rays, or somebody like that, wins the championship or goes to the championship, they lose their players because now their players are worth more, and those small market teams can't or won't pay the players. So now the New York Yankees, LA Dodgers, San Diego Padres, the new Padres, not the old Padres, Philadelphia Phillies, New York Mets, those guys are going to get these players. So it's still uneven in baseball. You have if the Detroit Tigers win, they lose their players. Chicago White Sox lose their players. Right. The Cubs kind of can compete a little bit, but Cubs are just a horrible franchise. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Your good luck or a blessing. My numbers start going up after your shout out. We all love baseball when we were kids. True. I was taught to hit with the tennis ball under my arm and hold it until really. So you were taught to keep your back arm down? Really? That seemed weird to me. I'm gonna have to look that up because we weren't taught that. We were taught to keep your arm up, keep your back arm up, not down. Like keep it up. Baseball has revenue sharing of the TV money to keep the small market teams from crying when the rest teams sign the best. I brought my kids up a Dodger fan. They're in the 20s. I still hit a game with them every year. Lucky for you, man. I'm too old. I can't even hit with my grandkids, man. Sub for the second time. Damn, man. Why you got to resub, homie? Orioles had the only 20-game winners. Man, the Orioles are a good team. I had picked the Orioles a couple years ago. I really like what the Orioles are doing. I don't think the Orioles can keep their players either, though. Orioles are, to be as good as the Orioles have been the last few years, they really quiet. They really don't get the publicity and the advertisement in other markets. Yeah, if you remember that crazy fool Milton Bradley on the Dodgers, yeah, yeah, he was crazy with the Red Sox too. Of course, anytime you have a race going against another race or organization versus another organization. It's going to be good. Um, Negro Leagues had a lot of stars. They had a whole lot of stars, and white players always been good because white people are good at fundamentals. They're taught fundamentals. They're taught the mental aspects of sports and games, whereas black people pretty much go off of raw talent. They go off raw talent, usually faster, usually stronger, more creative. You know what I mean? So uh blacks had a lot of good pitchers, and the white baseball didn't have. They had pitchers who put up numbers, but they weren't as good as Negro League pitchers. Batting, of course, you had good white batters. You had hell of a white batters. Power, of course, Babe Ruth and them hit home runs, but the black dudes had power. Uh, so it would have been very interesting. You know, black dudes always had their own style of pitching. I believe black pitchers now suck. I told Jerry Allen this a couple years ago. I think black pitchers suck, man. You ever wanna you ever wanna win some easy money on baseball? Bet against a black pitcher. And the reason why these black pitchers they throw hard, so they'll strike your ass out. But black pitchers usually don't have a good arsenal. Their curveballs are always hittable, except for like Doc Gooden. But the curveballs are hittable. Fastballs become hittable. If they're not hittable now, they will become hittable. Now these white pitchers, they got like 5 pitches. They throw a slurve, a curve, a screwball, a slow ball, a fastball. You know what I mean? Rising fastball, four seam fastball, 5 finger grip. You know what I mean? So they're a little harder to hit. Dontrell Willis was nice. My 11 year oil can Boyd was nice. But I really shouldn't have even mentioned no old pitcher because now y'all bringing up old pitchers. I originally said nowadays, like now, like right now, black pitchers are easy to hit, not historically. That's why I said the black pitchers back then were really good in the Negro League. They really had good pitchers. But I'm saying nowadays, black pitchers ain't shit, man. Black pitchers are weak. They might have the fastball, but man, nah, man. Like I said, you see a black pitcher pitching on the mound, go against him, man. I'm telling you, Rob Moses, they really can't. But let me see. We had 30 people in here for an hour. How many watch hours is that? 31? I'm telling you, we're going to be on by Monday, y'all. CC Sebastian may have been the last one. Well, you got that reliever, and his name slips my mind. Everybody in here know him. He pitched for the Yankees. He pitched for the Reds. The Dodgers were going to get him and then backed out of him. Yeah, David Price overrated. Damn, what's that dude's name, man? He throw 100 miles an hour. Let's do a slumber party live. Y'all not going to show us nothing, so we're not going to see what y'all wearing or nothing like that. So there you go. That's it. Chapman, man. Chapman's a beast. He sometimes like he get wild. He walk people sometimes, but I like Chapman. Bob Gibson and Fergie Jenkins pitch whole games all the time. But yeah, that's back in the day. White dudes pitch whole games too. They're not pitching whole games now. Who's the LeBron of baseball? So that would be like an old player that's doing really well, that has struggled mentally to be compared to some of the other greats. I don't know. I can't. No names come to mind right now. Yeah, I remember that. Satchel's old, man. You know, I got a true story. I got a homeboy on my that grew up on my street. He's from '60s, and he had an uncle. He had an uncle and his father. So his father and his father's brother lived on my street. And dude used to always talk about Satchel Paige. Satchel Paige, Satchel Paige, Satchel Paige. So one day he comes over and he asked me a question. I'm like, Satchel Paige. He's like, man, that's my cousin. That's your cousin? Oh, yeah, that's my cousin. I'm like, man, bring me some proof. Bring me a signed baseball card, signed picture. Bring me something to prove that shit. And he never did, but he swore he had the stuff at home. And from what I hear, it was his cousin. But I'm like, damn, man. Like, I grew up around all these people who know people and they don't hook me up with their people. But let me get on YouTube and all my people get to run around and meet everybody else on YouTube. Crazy story. I'm out of here, y'all. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate y'all for watching, man. We good by Monday, man. I better get some stories together by Monday, right? Like I said, I'm going to keep them short. I'm going to keep them really, really short. Pedro, probably the best black pitcher after Doc Good. Pedro Martinez was a Dominican, though. Are we going to call Dominicans black? Some are, some ain't. Some are Latin, homie. Some are Latin. They more likely to be Mexican than they would be black like you or me, right? Goob said, what's up? What's up, Goob? I didn't see Goob. Goob up in here. What Goob at? Goob, I might stay on until I find a spaceship outside or something. Nigga, where you at? Nigga, I might go check on my first and second and third amendment right real quick. I don't see Goob up in here. What Goob say that at? Goob told you to tell me that? Oh, that's you, Southside Auditing? Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm not hip to that name, homeboy. Okay. Auditing Transparency. All right, all right. I look forward to that channel, man. Send me a link so I can subscribe. Hey, I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all take it easy, man. Peace.